Well, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 9 of iLearning Crypto Talk. Now, tonight we're going to have the amazing Brandon Ivey talking around a certain subject, which we will find out just after I run our 6-minute video. Now, just before I do that, my name is Andy. I'm originally from Belfast in Northern Ireland. I now reside in England. Now, I first came across cryptocurrency in 2015, and I looked around everywhere to try and find quality information. And if I had this program back then, I would not have made the mistakes I did. So please, first of all, just put your feet up and watch our brand new 6-minute video, and then I'll introduce our master speaker.
The cryptocurrency boom is just getting started, and you are exactly the right place at the right time to take advantage of it, especially if you take action now. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you something that can truly give you an unfair advantage over the masses. Right now, you can be earning cryptocurrency while you learn all about the cryptocurrency financial revolution that is unfolding all around you, including the world's smartest smart contract deployed on the Tron blockchain, iLearning Crypto. iLearning Crypto is the absolute best vehicle to earn unlimited amounts of Tron instantly and directly to your Tron wallet. Launched in March 2021, iLearning Crypto boasts a true follow your influencer smart contract that is 100% decentralized, secure, and will run forever. This is your chance to be one of the fortunate few to be positioned for maximum earning potential. iLearning Crypto has multiple education courses available, each unlocking more valuable products and even greater income potential. Brandon Ivey, our educator and consultant, will guide you through the maze of information. Tons of courses that are already provided and more added monthly. You will learn everything setting up your wallet to keeping your crypto safe. Brandon's weekly crypto talks will keep you up to date on the current news and events happening in the crypto world. Splitting the one-time purchases from each course 50-50 between the referring influencer and the iLearning Crypto Payout Vault is the most powerful formula that really accelerates your income boosting potential. Starting with Crypto 101 at 40 USDT in Tron and all the way to Crypto 105 at 1000 USDT in Tron, where 50% of each course will be deposited instantly and directly to your Tron wallet. Every third enrollee opens up a new term for you and enrolls you right back into the program without ever coming out of pocket again. And it gets even better. Every time the iLearning Crypto Smart Contract looks for those who haven't completed their first term, you will deliver free airdrop positions to those most in need on the 40 USDT and 100 USDT terms, giving them a jump start and can even help them complete a term. And you can complete an unlimited number of terms in any of your purchased courses. As you continue to enter into the new terms in any of the courses, you will also qualify to receive term bonuses. On stage 1, when completing 50 terms, you'll earn a 250 USDT bonus in Tron. Stage 2, complete 100 terms, earn a 500 USDT bonus. Stage 3, 250 terms, 1000 USDT bonus. As you go through the stages, you earn more and more free Tron. And this process continues to stage 16 when you complete 250,000 terms, earning you an astounding 1.25 million USDT bonus in Tron. So you're not a recruiter or don't want to sell, iLearning Crypto is for you too. The first 10,000 enrollees to activate up to and including Crypto 105 will automatically qualify for the Daily Rewards program, earning an equal share of 5% of the daily deposits to the iLearning Crypto Payout Vault for life. This bonus is 100% passive daily income. Then we have the iLearning Crypto Signals, producing and delivering great results so far. The AI trading bot gives you the ability to take advantage of third-party signals bot that connects to an account you control and trades on your behalf. Your crypto never leaves your wallet and is in your possession at all times. You never share your earnings with anyone or pay a commission. When you become an iLearning Crypto influencer, you are assigned an ID and your Tron wallet is permanently connected to the smart contract. You can earn from enrolling new influencers on your purchased product courses, and if someone you enroll goes faster through the courses and skips over you, you will miss out on available profits. But your enrollees never leave you, and you will get them back once you catch up to the course they're in. iLearning Crypto's Telegram bot can notify you not only of your real-time earnings, but also when you are about to miss out on potential earnings from enrollments and what immediate actions you should take. iLearning Crypto is not an HYIP or get-rich-quick program. Real products and services of real value that provide you with a real opportunity to generate unlimited wealth starting right now. iLearning Crypto offers all the support, resources, tutorials, and training necessary for you to be successful. All you need to do to get started is a clever TronLink or Token Pocket wallet funded with enough Tron to activate your courses. Get started now with as little as 40 USDT worth of Tron. And for those who understand the absolute massive earning potential, all courses can be purchased in quick succession. Then simply share your iLearning Crypto link with others. Forget about spillover. Our iLearning Crypto members are earning massive spill up. Crypto educational products, free airdrop positions, massive term rewards, Leadership League prize pool, daily rewards, bonus AI trading bot, Telegram notifications, and real live support are just some of the added amazing features that await you with iLearning Crypto, plus secrets yet to be revealed. Get paid in crypto directly to your own personal digital wallet. To get started or have any questions answered, get back to the person who showed you this video now. Welcome to iLearning Crypto, the smartest smart contract. Earn while you learn, and learn while you earn.
Okay, folks, that's our brand new 6-minute video. And just as a footnote to that, the AI trading bot is currently not available, okay, but we will update that video and we will update you should that change in the near future. Now, the voice you heard on that video, doing that voiceover, and the gentleman you heard about on the video is waiting to join me from Los Angeles, California. Can you hear me, Brandon Ivey?
Yes, I can, Andy. How are you doing today?
How are you today, sir?
Oh, fantastic. Ready to have a lot of fun today.
Okay, what have you got for us today? What are you talking about today, please?
Well, two quick things. First, we're going to be talking about the next biggest convention in the Bitcoin ecosystem happening in Miami next week. And we're also going to talk about CBDC, central bank digital currencies, which seems to be spreading like wildfire around the world. So we're going to talk about that today.
Okay. And good time. Take it away, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, fantastic. Well, welcome everybody. As Andy said, my name is Brandon Ivey. I go by Bitcoin Brandon from Los Angeles, California. I'm glad to be here to share for another week. We're going to talk about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, some of the latest news of what's going on. And if this is your first time plugging in or hearing about Bitcoin, don't feel discouraged. Don't think that you're here too late, that you've missed the boat. You're just getting started. The boat is still loading up. They're still putting fuel in the rocket ship. This has not taken off yet. The crypto space right now is where the internet was in the 90s. And that was before, the AOL dial-up, computers with floppy disk. That's where blockchain is today. So don't feel discouraged. I mean, we've all had a day one. I remember the very first time that I came across Bitcoin. I heard about it in 2010, and I didn't pay any attention to it then. I heard about it again in 2012, and I looked at it in 2012, and I said, this is nothing but a bunch of monopoly money being used by nerds who live in their mom's basement playing World of Warcraft or Dungeons and Dragons all day. I saw it as monopoly money, but it did hit my radar screen. It hit my radar screen again in 2014. It's like every 2 years. 2014, where a business partner of mine in Japan became the first business to have a Bitcoin ATM machine in the entire country, and it made national news. And I wrote about it on Facebook. You know how Facebook, every year you have an anniversary of what you posted that day the previous year. And every year that pops up in the summertime. Sometime around end of July that pops up. I did nothing about it in 2014. Then 2016 comes along and Bitcoin got to $640 a token. And I said, I don't know what this is. It seems to not be going anywhere and just keeps getting bigger. Let me go ahead and buy a couple of them. And I bought 3 Bitcoin for $640 each. And that was in the beginning of October 2016. December, 3 months later, not even 3 months, but around almost 3 months later, Bitcoin went up in price to $870 a coin. $870. And I was like, oh, wow, I'm the smartest man in the world. I sold my 3 Bitcoin in December 2016 for Christmas presents. And I thought to myself, I bought it at $640. I sold it at $870. I just made a whole lot of money. And I used it for Christmas presents. And it's going to go down as one of the worst business decisions of my life. Because 1 year later, December 2017, those 3 Bitcoin ended up being worth $20,000 each. That was 2017. If we fast forward to 2021, when Bitcoin reached $69,000 a coin, then I'm looking at almost $180,000. Almost $180,000 plus. Well, more than that, almost $200,000 of Bitcoin that I had years earlier if I just held on to them. Now, that's not going to be the end of the story, because I do not believe $69,000 is going to be the ultimate high that Bitcoin is going to go to. I mean, I just read an article this morning when I did my crypto talk that Bitcoin is looking at reaching possibly $140,000 by the end of 2022. Can you imagine that? Now, I quickly realized that if I'm going to engage in this space, I need to have crypto education. But there was nothing around to teach me about crypto education. There was no sources. The only thing there was YouTube and Google. And you might think, well, what's wrong with that? Have you ever tried to YouTube or Google Bitcoin before? Try it. You're going to see thousands and thousands of things pop up. I didn't know where to begin. I didn't know what questions to ask. I didn't even know if I was getting the right information, which I realized later that I wasn't. 50% of the information that I got from doing my research was incorrect. 50%. But I did learn 2 things that changed my life. And the first is that blockchain technology is going to disrupt every single industry on the planet today. Whether you like it or not, believe it or not, trust it or not, your opinion is irrelevant. This is going to happen. And I had to say to myself, do I want to be a part of the innovation of it, or do I want to sit back and allow it to happen to me? Because it's going to happen, and I have proof that it's going to happen, and I'm going to share that proof a little later on, that every single one of us is going to be impacted by this, whether we like it or not. The second thing that I learned that also changed my life and my career is that cryptocurrency represents the greatest economic shift in wealth in the history of mankind for the most amount of people. And that last part is important, because if you understand history, the history of money, the history of opportunity, the Industrial Revolution, the gold rush, not everybody had an opportunity to participate in them, at least on the entrepreneurial side, the side where they were making a whole lot of money. They didn't have an opportunity to. But today, every single man, woman, and child on the planet has an opportunity, because all you need is a cell phone access to the internet, and a willingness to learn. That is all you need. There's no barrier of entry. Doesn't matter your education level, where you were born, the language you speak, the color of your skin, man, woman, or child, how much money is in the bank. None of that matters. It all that matters is what's up here and your willingness to get educated, which is why we have iLearning Crypto that's here to teach you all of this information on this new space. We call this the fourth industrial revolution. So after 6 months of me, learning about this space and figuring out how I want to get involved, when I finally pulled the trigger, I didn't have $10,000, $50,000 like a lot of people do to get started with. I had $30. And you might say, well, you can't do much with $30. I thought so as well. But I had my education. And I flipped that $30 into 6 figures in 3.5 months. 7 figures since. That $30. It all started with $30. And I don't say that to impress you, but to impress upon you that this is an industry that is happening anyway. This is an industry where the new river of money is moving into. This is an industry that is going to fundamentally change how we interact and engage with each other around the world. This is Web 3.0, and that I encourage you, whether you like it or not, to be educated on this, whether you want to be involved in it or not. At least be educated so you know what's going on when you see things happening around you, and you might be clueless as what does this mean? How am I going to be impacted? I'd like to ask the question, how can I profit from what's taking place? How can I make money from what's taking place? So after I got my education and I made money, I said, other people need to know this knowledge as well. So we created an educational course that's going to teach you everything you need to know about crypto. So I started to becoming a consultant for crypto companies. We started doing Bitcoin boot camps around the country. This is before COVID. When COVID happened, it kind of stopped all that. But now we're getting back on the road. In fact, next week, and I'm going to talk about this in a moment, it'll be my first Bitcoin Expo type event in more than 2 years. I think the last one was San Jose 2019. I think was the last one that I went to. San Jose 2019. So we're looking forward to doing this one again and getting on the road. So what I want to do right now is we're going to take a quick break, and I'm going to bring Andy back up to share a little bit about his experience in the crypto space and why he feels education is so important. And then we're going to go into a couple of what's going on around the world with the CBDC. So with that, we'll be right back after this break. All right. We're back, everybody. I want to bring back up Andy to share a story. Now, a little bit of background about Andy. He is a graphic design by trade that came into the crypto space and was able to have a lot of contracts with other multiple companies to share his knowledge in his space, and he's brought it to crypto. So, Andy, come on up and share with everybody again your story.
Hello, folks, again. I did say at the start that I first encountered Bitcoin in 2015. Now, I'm going to tell you something here. It's just something slightly different, and it really does tie in with my journey in cryptocurrency. And I'm very much similar to what Brandon said at the start. I got some Bitcoin 2015. I didn't really know what to do with it. I knew I should have it because I'd heard a lot of buzz, and then I went and tried to find out about it. And every individual I encountered didn't really have my well-being in mind. They were trying to earn commissions from me to join all sorts of weird and wonderful opportunities. So I can't see my other hand. But yeah, and yeah, if I'd had this kind of training at iLearning Crypto and Brandon Ivey back then, I wouldn't have made a lot of the mistakes I did. And I'd have a heck of a lot more Bitcoin and a lot more other cryptos as well. But now this mainly is going out to an American audience. I just want to tell you something. I've been to your beautiful country 4 times. I've been to New York. I've been to Florida. And I've actually been to Kentucky twice. Now that probably sounds quite strange. You know, what's this guy? You know, it's not the normal tourist spot.
I've never
Well,
been to Kentucky.
wow. Well, I'll tell you something. I was in Cancun a few years ago, and I met a guy who he was traveling by himself, and you know these people you just instantly connect with, hit off. You hit it off with him, and this guy and me just got on like a house on fire. And he said he's from Louisville, Kentucky. He said you got to come over for the Derby, and normally I never ever take people up on these things, you know. And I got in touch with him and said, do you know something? I'm going to do that. So I went over for the Kentucky Derby, and it's incredible, guys. If you've never been, it's amazing. But one thing, I enjoy traveling. I enjoy nice wine, and I enjoy nice food. One vice, or whatever you want to call it, I do not enjoy, or nor do I participate in much, is gambling. Now, my friend Tony, we arrived at Churchill Downs, the track, and he knows everybody, this guy. So we ran into this friend of his who was a sportscaster on a local radio station. And Tony introduced me as this Irish guy, and the guy said, it was the first race on the Oaks on the Friday afternoon. The guy said, there's an Irish horse in this race. And Tony said to him, is it worth a go? He said, oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, definitely, this horse. And its favorite treat, all these horses have their favorite treats pre-race. And its favorite treat was Guinness and hard-boiled eggs, believe it or not. So anyway, Tony looked at the odds. Tony understood how to study form and stuff like that. And we decided to put some money on. Well, didn't it only go and win? And Tony and I, between us, won $3,000, won $1,500. Now, bear in mind, my trip back then had cost me, the plane ticket cost me £560, which is about $700. And my spends were probably going to be about 500. So I already had my trip paid for on this first race. But I'm a guy who sticks a pin on a name or something about I like the name of that horse. Whereas Tony is a kind of not a professional gambler, but he does it a lot on horses, and he does come up trumps an awful lot. And why is that? Because he studies the runners, the riders, the trainers, the owners, the form, and even the going on the track. It's how this horse works on, these horses work on different surfaces, and that's how it does it, and that's the science. And the guy I'm talking to right now, he does that in crypto. He studies and he analyzes the news and what impact that could have on various tokens, various coins, various cryptocurrencies. And he studies who's behind them, and he studies the form, their track record. And then, based on that, he'll give you some advice. What he doesn't do is say, this is definitely going to happen. He's not going to say, this will happen. But it's almost like studying the form, in horse racing. There is definitely a science to it. And I firmly, firmly believe, guys, that Brandon Ivey has cracked that science and he's a master of it. And we're very fortunate to have him here. So, in cryptocurrency, if you're going to get involved, do not stick a pin in something that looks cool or looks sexy and you think, oh, that sounds good. I'll buy $1,000 worth of that. Do not do that, guys. Get educated and get Brandon Ivey into your life. Otherwise, you may lose your shirt a few times. Okay, Brandon, hopefully that covers it. And back to you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Andy. Well, speaking of that, on Crypto Talk, we took some notes. On March 15th, I wrote down, we were reading the news about a new token I hadn't heard of before called Step In or GMT. And it was 30 cents at the time, and I wrote buy GMT at 30 cents on March 15th. Today, that token is now worth $2.15 a week and a half later.
I missed that one. You must have been too busy.
we had members that made thousands of dollars off of that. In fact, I'm going to share screen, and I'm going to show this. But this was one that we found, and it was 30 cents on March 15th. So if I go back just the last 14 days, what was, let's go back a little further. So around here, March 15th, 29 cents. I wrote it down. And then here we are today. So if you would have put $1,000 on this, just going to show you this, $1,000 at 30 cents, and 5 hours ago was its all-time high of $2.28. Your $1,000 would have grown to $7,600. And so a lot of our members are very, very happy. So Andy, you're correct when it's not that I've cracked the code. I figured out, okay, the code. I figured things out on what to look for and how. We found another one today. Interesting that you see this Q coin, that one of the experts is saying Q coin is, and I'm going to bring Q coin up so that you can see, is another pick that we're having long-term KCS. KCS. It's worth $21 right now. Qcoin. But it follows another token that's similar. That this is an exchange, and it has an exchange. This KCS is a token, native token of the exchange. 165 million total supply. And I'm going to pull up something that is similar. That's an exchange-based token that I think all of you have heard of before, called Binance. Binance, BNB. So let's pull up Binance. 168,000 is their max supply. Qcoin, 165, I'm sorry, not 1,000, 165 million, 168 million. They're both native of their own exchange, native tokens. Experts are predicting that Qcoin is ready for a breakout like BNB had. So if Qcoin is sitting at the $21 mark and it breaks out like BNB did, can you imagine this going, let's say it goes half of what BNB did, that this is possibly can go to $225 a token from $21. So a lot of our members are taking position on this one. This is what we found today in Crypto Talk. So we're real excited about that. But here's what I'm even more excited about. There's an event coming up next week, and this is in Miami. This is in Miami. I got to get rid of this. There we go. So this event is coming up called Bitcoin 2022 Miami Beach. Join Jordan Peterson and over 35,000 Bitcoiners in Miami, April 6th through the 9th, a week from today. And myself and a lot of my business partners are going to be here. And what I am here for is this: the ability to walk the convention floor, to see all of the businesses and the booths, to see who is new in the crypto space, what opportunities are coming around the corner that we can be a part of, making connections and meeting new people in this space. So I'm looking real forward to this event next week. Anybody in the East Coast of the United States are all going to be flocking to this. The president of El Salvador is going to be at this event as well. There's a lot taking place. So I'm looking forward to this, and it's been a while because of the whole the COVID thing. We haven't been able to really experience these events. So this is an event that we're really, really looking towards getting involved in and having a lot of fun at Miami. So now I'm going to switch into. I'm not going to go to a commercial. We're going to go right into it. The topic around the world right now is CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency. Now, this article just came out a couple of days ago that a new bill by Congress people in the United States wants to launch a large-scale test of digital dollars. Now, when I first saw this, I got nervous. I am not a fan of CBDC. CBDC, when it says central bank digital, that's not crypto, that's digital, meaning that they want to still have control over the money. The whole point of cryptocurrency is that we have less control over the money from the government. The people have the control of their own money. It was born out of the debacle of 2008 financial crisis, which we call the greatest economic recession since the Great Depression. And that's when the banks and the government failed us. But then you had businesses too big to fail, and the banks bailed them out using taxpayer money, and none of us got bailed out. So cryptocurrency was born. If you know the history of crypto. Then we go into when the governments have realized that this thing is not going away, and they like the technology, blockchain technology, then they said, you know what? We are now moving into a cashless society. No more cash like this. People are already using debit cards and credit cards like this. So why don't we digitize the dollar? Now, that might sound cool for convenience. The problem I have with that is right now I can go to the bank and pull out cash and I can bury it. The government can never find it. It's my money. But if we move everything centralized into the bank, the government at any given time can freeze your account. They can put a stop on your account. They can garnish your wages. They can say you're not allowed to pull out money from the ATM machine. And there's nothing you can do about it. We lose that privacy aspect of it. So when I see the government doing moves like this, that gets me nervous until I see what this bill is all about. I am actually for this proposal. So U.S. lawmakers propose a large-scale trial of government-backed digital cash. The Electronic Currency and Secure Hardware Act, introduced by Representative Stephen Lynch, would direct the Secretary of Treasury to publicly test an electronic version of the U.S. dollar. While the bill's odds of passing likely remain low, now that's a question there. Why would it remain low if it's something that's backed by the government? Well, let's continue reading this. While it remains low, it demonstrates government's increasing interest in launching alternatives to cryptocurrency. The eCash Act would require the Secretary of the Treasury to establish a program called the Electronic Currency Innovation Program. ECIP would oversee a series of pilot programs for what the bill dubs eCash. Now, I had covered a couple of days ago on Crypto Talk that Wired wrote an article in 1994, and they said, when are we going to get e-money? Because this is when the internet started. They're saying, wow, we have this new internet, then that means we're going to have something like e-money over the internet. The problem was the technology at the time made it impossible. The internet cannot transfer ownership from one person to another. All the internet allows you to do is share information and copies of something. It wasn't until blockchain technology arrived on the scene that now makes it available the opportunity to be able to track ownership of something digitally and transfer ownership from one person to another digitally. That technology wasn't there. Now it's here. And that bringing that idea back of e-money to e-cash. Treasury Department issued legal tender that can be used without private intermediaries like banks or credit card companies. Stop right there. That is why the bill is not going to make it. This is the mistake that they're making, and I'm actually like it. Legal tender that can be used without the banks and credit card companies? Are you crazy? All the lobbyists are going to shoot this thing down before it even hits the floor. That goes against the whole concept of banking. Banks survive by being the third-party intermediary. So I was shocked that U.S. lawmakers were bringing this to the floor. The Treasury would initiate the pilot within 90 days of the bill's passage and deploy eCash to the public within 4 years. While digital dollars are often conflated with blockchain-based cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, the eCash Act appears to discourage using that technology. eCash is supposed to have minimal transactional data generating properties, a tall order for cryptocurrency systems that publicly log transactions. In other words, they're saying this is not going to keep track of all the transactions like crypto will. We just want it to be private, just like a bank account. Only the banks don't control this. It's supposed to allow for peer-to-peer transfers that aren't validated through a common or distributed ledger. Transfers also couldn't require additional validity by a central government system or payment processing company, although they would need to work with existing institutions like banks. See, again, the problem with that is the government say, well, wait, we're not going to be able to track that. What about taxes? The idea is to mimic cash's high level of privacy, its ease of use, and its lack of fees or processing hurdles, but subtract the physical bill. So it's basically taking this entire idea of having physical money, moving it online with the same characteristics. That's why it's not going to pass. Lynch's bill, which is co-sponsored by everybody, Rashida, Chewy, Ayana, Alma, will require at least 3 early proof of concept tests that run within 180 days of passage. They'd be potentially conducted in partnership with universities or existing financial institutions, and they'd be designed to experiment with different technologies. At least one test would need to involve a physical card that can store the cash, while another would need to involve storing funds on a cell phone or a SIM card. Those early tests would be followed by a limited public trial and general deployment within 48 hours. Lynch's bill builds on widespread existing interest in a U.S. digital dollar. The Federal Reserve released a preliminary report on digital currency earlier this year, suggesting it could benefit Americans who aren't served by the current banking system. More recently, the Biden administration included a central bank digital currency, CBDC, as an action item in its cryptocurrency executive order. Many governments, the key word right there, many governments outside the U.S. were already exploring digital currencies. Among other initiatives, the European Commission plans to propose a digital euro in 2023, and China launched a digital yuan pilot program in January. The bill specifies that eCash is distinct from CBDCs and wouldn't supplant a potential Federal Reserve program. So in other words, we're saying we can still have CBDCs and your central bank, we can have our coin and your central bank digital currency. Government's not going to go for that. I'm telling you that right now. But at least I'm impressed that they brought this to the floor. They say this preserves anonymity, but it also means users' digital cash would be lost if the device or card holding it goes missing. Well, the same way with money. If you got a whole bunch of money and you leave your wallet at the airport, you lost it. And I can say that because I've done that. Your money's gone. But that's my risk. It would be building on existing treasury cash replacement systems like Eagle Cash, a digital money storage card for members of the military. The goal is to complement and advance other Biden administration programs while getting a simple digital currency system in Americans' phones and wallets. Cash remains our strongest tool to promote financial inclusion while preserving privacy and security, said Representative Garcia in a statement. New digital tools should emulate it, not replace it. So I agree with that. I like that. Too bad it's not going to pass, but I like it. And speaking of many governments, this might keep you up at night, what I'm about to show you. The United States is behind. Remember what I said, the first thing that triggered an aha moment for me that changed my life. Blockchain technology is going to disrupt every single industry on the planet today, whether we like it or not, believe it or not, or trust in it or not. And that you don't have a say-so. How do I know this for sure? Look at this. Here's a website called the AtlanticCouncil.org. Central Bank Digital Currency Tracker. They're tracking all this around the world. What exactly is a central bank digital currency? A CBDC is virtual money backed and issued by a central bank. As cryptocurrencies and stablecoins have become more popular, the world's central banks have realized that they need to provide an alternative or let the future of money pass them by. Now look at this. All the countries around the world, 91 countries are already involved. 80 of them, or 82 of them, are either in the research to launched phase. 82. Let's look at those that have already launched. The Bahamas, already launched. Retail is called the Inzia Limited. That's the technology. And this is a hybrid. The Bahamas. Then we've got Eastern Caribbean. 7 countries have already launched. We have Nigeria that is already launched. Do you see that? These 3 areas have already launched. What about those that have a pilot program going on? Jamaica, Anguilla, Sweden, Russia, Ukraine, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, South Africa, China, South Korea, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand. They all have a pilot program already up and running. Then we've got those that are in development. Canada, Haiti, Venezuela, Brazil, Europe, Turkey, Eastern Mediterranean, Bahrain, Mauritius, India. Oh, wow, I can actually click on it and read every single one too. I like this chart. Cambodia, Palau, Japan, Australia. Then you've got all the rest. 40 countries that's in research. And now the United States finally pops on board. as well as the other countries in blue. 40 more countries are all popping up in the research phase. If this is not worldwide disruption, I don't know what is. I don't know what you would call it. A country highlight, we've got the e-Naira from Nigeria. At the launch of the e-Naira in October 2021, the Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Godwin Emefiele said 500 million e-Naira had already been minted. 500 million. What about United Arab Emirates? So the Emirates and Saudi Arabia launched a bilateral CBDC pilot program called Project Aber in 2019 and concluded that distributed ledger technology, which is the blockchain, can successfully facilitate cross-border transactions. Blockchain going to disrupt everybody. In February 2021, the United Arab Emirates joined China, Hong Kong, and Thailand in a joint CBDC cross-border test. This multiple central bank digital currency bridge will test the use of DLT for foreign currency payments. So you guys heard me talk about how Russia and Ukraine is both using crypto for different reasons. Russia to avoid the sanctions, and Ukraine because their entire economic system has been collapsed by Russia. So they're using crypto to preserve their value and not let their native token just tank all the way to the bottom. This is huge. Huge. It's called the race for the future of money. The future of money is taking place right now. And we are alive to not only witness this, but we actually can be a part of it, which is why crypto education is everything. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to play a commercial. We're going to come back and I'm going to show you how you can get positioned for crypto education. So we'll be right back. All right. We're back. So let's talk about how can you get crypto education. So this TV show is being sponsored by iLearning Crypto. The mere fact is, and unfortunately, and I will keep this short so we don't run out of time, is that most people are going to fail financially. 93% don't have good salaries. 95% will not succeed in business. 97% will retire broke, depending on family, government, and friends by the age of 65. Most people don't have $1,000 in their savings account. Most people cannot afford a $400 emergency without going into debt. But we are now living as evidence in a digital society. We've got Uber, a transportation company that owns no cars. We have Amazon, the world's largest retail chain that has no stores. We also have Airbnb, a hotel chain that owns no property. But I want you to think about this, that cryptocurrency represents the greatest economic shift in wealth. And that's not just me saying so, because this is the best performing asset of the past decade. It went from 0.003 cents to $69,000 a coin in 2021. Nothing even comes close. In 2009, Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin, which is the world's first global decentralized cryptocurrency. Bitcoin's value was less than a penny in 2009. It got to 40 cents in 2010, $600 in 2016, 69,000 in 2021. And if you would have invested $100 in Bitcoin in 2010, today it would be worth over $60 million. But people still are confused about what is the blockchain or DLT, distributed ledger technology? What is Bitcoin? Is it real? Am I too late? How do I buy it? And most importantly, can I spend it? Well, that is where iLearning Crypto comes in. It's going to teach you everything you need to know about Bitcoin and crypto in 45 videos broken up into 3 lessons: Bitcoin 101, Advanced Crypto, and how to trade Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. You're going to learn how to buy your first Satoshi. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. Store your Bitcoin safely in crypto wallets. Purchase and sell with Bitcoin. Trade cryptocurrencies. Learn how altcoins work, how blockchain technology works, and all training is done by streaming video. You can stop, pause, and rewind it, come back to it whenever you want, or listen, have it playing as background noise. In Bitcoin 101, we have 15 lessons. This course is designed to take you through the history of Bitcoin and blockchain technology. Each video is designed to take you through a step-by-step process to know the fundamentals of the technology and how it works. Once you have completed this course, you will have more than a basic functioning understanding of blockchain, how to purchase Bitcoin, and how to use it. Then we have Advanced Crypto in 15 lessons. This course is designed for those of you who have gone through the Bitcoin 101 course or have some basic understanding of what Bitcoin is and how it functions. We will dive deeper into the functional workings of crypto and blockchain projects. You will be introduced to other top coins besides Bitcoin on the market and learn about the economic ecosystem of cryptocurrencies. By the time you finish this course, you will have a clear understanding of crypto economics, the functioning roles of crypto, and how to understand the charts. You will be ready to engage in the crypto space. And then we have how to trade Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. By this point, you have an advanced understanding of the history of blockchain technology and the crypto space. You are ready to engage and build your portfolio. There is no one strategy that fits them all. This course will share multiple strategies and opportunities so that you have confidence and skills in this space to earn a profit. Now, one thing that we have figured out is that people who understand the power of Bitcoin in this era will be one step closer to finding their financial freedom. And so we invite you. You see what's scrolling down at the bottom, e360tv.now.site. If you want to further your crypto education, to learn more about what this is about, so that you can be able to pick tokens that we just did earlier this week, went from 30 cents to $2 in a week. You'll be able to find these things. It takes crypto education. You know, I won't do business with or engage with somebody who refuses education. There's 4 rules I live by in this space. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get a return on your investment back as fast as possible. And then rule number 4, where do you see yourself in the next 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What are your goals? What about 3 years, 5 years from now? Where do you want to be? Find a vehicle that's going to help you make that happen. See, the one thing about crypto is, yes, it's something new to learn, but you can take whatever you are currently passionate about, bring it into the crypto space, and make a whole lot of money in it, because the technology is going to disrupt every industry. So whatever industry you're passionate about is going to be involved in Bitcoin and crypto one way or another. So figure that out for yourself, what you're passionate in, and you can make money in that space. Now, following these rules is not going to guarantee you success in crypto, but it will at least minimize your risk. And if all you had was just 0.25 Bitcoin, a quarter of a Bitcoin, and you sat on it for the next 5 to 10 years, never spend it, you will be in the top 1% of all of asset holders in the world. There's only 21 million Bitcoin and there's 7 billion people on the planet. There's not enough to go around. So if you own a quarter of one, you're in the top 1% of all asset holders. So with that, thank you guys for joining us this week. We will be back next week for another lesson in and TV show for E360 TV. That night, I'll be flying to Miami for the Bitcoin Expo. And then the following week, I'll talk about it. I'll talk about what we learned from the Bitcoin 2022 Miami Beach, Florida. So see you guys next time. Bitcoin Brandon out. Take care. Bye-bye.